Hello, everyone. My name is Karina Whitaker-Lewis. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve San Gabriel as your Director of Religious Education. The piano music you just heard is your signal to settle into your seats and prepare for the start of our worship service. Before we begin, I have a few quick announcements. Please be sure to grab a Sunday handout if you don't have one already. There's always good info in there. Next Sunday, Eric Hepburn will be back in our pulpit, and the Sunday after that is Christmas Eve, when we will have a 5 p.m. service with Reverend Jamie at their last service with us. Other announcements in here include our social justice team meeting coming up. We always need items for our little free pantry, and we have book clubs and breakfast groups that are meeting. Let us now begin. Good morning and welcome to San Gabriel Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Whether you are here in the sanctuary or watching from home, we are so glad you are here. San Gabriel is a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association. There are over 1,000 UU congregations in the United States and beyond. All of us together are working for a just, peaceful, and sustainable world. Sustaining each other here in community is the first step on that long road of that important work. We especially welcome our guests today. If this is your first time here, thank you for coming. We hope you will stay for holiday crafts, treats, and fun after the service. And members, please do look out for those visitor tags and extend a hearty welcome. And if you would like to know more about us and learn about upcoming events, please fill out the visitor's card in the seat back pocket in front of you to sign up for our emailed newsletter. Please know that whoever you are, wherever you are from, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. Let us greet this day in song. Our opening hymn is Deck the Halls. It is in the hymnal, it's number 235, but the lyrics are also going to be projected if you need those. Please rise in body or spirit as you are able. Excellent. As we light our chalice, we create sacred space together. I call you into this time of connection within, among, and beyond with the words of UU Minister Reverend David Breeden. The solstices teach us that darkness comes, that darkness goes. The solstices teach us that light comes, that light goes. The solstices teach us calmly, silently, to be calm, silent, learning. The solstices teach us, as we circle the sun, that everything flies. The solstices teach us to remember the dark, to remember the light, to remember time, the seasons, and love as we circle the sun. May this call to generous action guide our time together today during this holy hour. Since we will have lots of folks milling up here about our chalice today, we are using our battery candle, so I will need your help lighting it. Let us use the words our children have learned. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. You can say it with me. We are a church of open minds. We are a church of helping hands. And we are a church of loving hearts. Okay, on the count of 3, you need to clap with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. There, now it's on. Welcome to our special holiday pageant service. Each year we offer this more participatory service in December to honor the spirit of the season and in honor of our shared value of pluralism, our understanding that we come from many backgrounds and that wisdom comes from many sources. We tend to alternate our heritages in Unitarian Universalism. Last year, we shared a retelling of the Magi as they traveled to Bethlehem, lifting up the Christian roots of our faith. This year, we will focus on the even older pagan traditions of pagan celebrations of the winter solstice with an adaptation of the story The Snow Tree by Caroline Repchuk. We are a little bit early for solstice. Solstice, the shortest day and longest night, is not until the 21st. But I have already been noticing for some time now how soon darkness arrives each day, even at this latitude that we are at here in Texas. I imagine you notice this too. So I share with you a story of the turning of the earth, of the seasons. All who are here today, adults and children alike, are welcome to join in the fun and be a part of the cast and tell the story. At different points in the story, we are going to ask for volunteers to come up and play the parts of the characters. You will not need to speak. Bags with a headband with little ears and props are located throughout the sanctuary. Simply put on your headband and bring your props forward when I tell you to, and then you will return to your seat. Because we are telling this story together in goodwill and in the spirit of play, there are no mistakes today. We will help you get to your place if you need it. So we are setting the stage for our story. It is winter. We even have a little bit of a chilly day today. It is winter and a snowstorm has blown through our little forest. Look at our snowy tree, truly worthy of the name, the snow tree. Are we ready to begin? Once upon a time, there was a bear who was born in the spring, and even though he had lived for many years, had not really experienced winter. Woody is our bear today. His fondest memories were of summer spent grazing blueberries in the warm sun. As fall approached and the days grew shorter and cooler and the leaves turned from green to orange, he would always find a cozy cave in which to sleep away the winter. But one particularly warm winter day in late December, Bear roused from his hibernation, as bears sometimes do, and lo, the world was white from a recent snow. He had never seen such a thing before. Concerned, he cried out, "Where have all the colors gone?" For he had never seen such a white and wintry world before. But the wind only answered with silence. The wind wasn't entirely unhelpful, though. The wind carried the bear's cries to his friends in the forest. One of these friends was Lynx. In short order, lynx appeared out of the snow. Now, if you have the bag marked lynx, please come forward. Put your ears on. They held some orange leaves. And we'll just hang a few of these on the tree. We don't have to do all of them right now. For the snow tree, they explained, so we will remember the warm glow of fall and the burning sunset of an evening sky. All right. Next came squirrel. If you have the bag marked squirrel, it is now your turn. All right. Squirrel carried scarlet berries and laid them softly at Bear's feet. Squirrel said, to remind us of flowers and fruits from the forests and fields. All right, we'll put a few. Are we done with our leaves? I think Lynx is ready. Is squirrel done? Blue jay. Lynx, you may go back to your seat now. Squirrel's about finished. Blue jay flew down with feathers held firmly in his beak. You got your feathers? You're going to hang some on the tree. These feathers are reminders of the blue summer sky and the rolling waters of the river. All right, we've got some blue feathers from blue jay. From deep inside the frozen forest, Badger appeared. Badger, are you ready? Where's Badger? You got some badger ears, I think. They declared nature's finest fur, brown like the rich earth beneath the snow. So we have a couple tufts of fur to put on our tree. Oh, look. Thank you, Blue Jay. Thank you, Badger. Raccoon. Raccoon ambled over a snowdrift. Raccoon, it's your turn to shine. Raccoon spread fresh green shoots before Bear. They said, my offering is to remind us of the green of spring, of new life after the sleep of winter. We got some green shoots for our tree. Bear can help you, Raccoon. Reindeer came next. Reindeer, if you have the bag marked reindeer, please come forward. Reindeer move slowly through the snow with colorful rocks piled high upon their back in a basket. They said, here is a color that will endure forever, as purple as the mountains and the rolling clouds of thunder. We'll just hang a few of those special purple rocks on the tree. We'll get some, we'll rearrange, Rabbit. Don't worry. There's no mistakes here. All right, reindeer is busy. Bear looked up as his friend Rabbit, who's very eager, came hopping through the soft snow, laden with yellow cobs of corn. All right, they're hopping up. They said, I carried all I could, so we won't forget the yellow corn that grows all summer long in the fields beyond the forest. This snow tree is becoming so colorful. We've got something from every color of the rainbow, I think. Fox. Fox also had a gift. If you have the bag marked fox, all right. Fox brought icicles that sparkled silver in the frosty light. like raindrops in the sunlight. And they said, these will remind us of long summer days, full of light and life. All right. Fox is busy, Rabbit's still determined to get every cob of corn on there. All right. Then out of the woods. So I think we have gotten most of our ornaments on that are going to be on the tree itself, because now we have a special item. Out of the woods lumbered moose. If you have the bag marked Moose, Moose brought a bright golden star. They proclaimed, "Set this star high upon the tree. Let its lights shine out to all the creatures of the forest." Get rid of that fur. Uh-oh. We are gathering to celebrate. We celebrate this darkest of nights and the return of the sun. May we remember the beauty of peace and friendship at this special time. We signify that with our star. As the day passed, the animals celebrated with Bear and continued to talk and laugh. As the daylight waned, however, one by one, each took their leave and they sought out their nighttime lairs. All the animals have gone back home. "What?" cried Bear, as the friends said goodbye. "But we haven't seen each other in months. And why is it getting dark so soon?" Night fell, and Bear was left alone with the snow tree. As it became darker and darker, the tree's beautiful colors and reminders of warmer days waned until the forest faded into a blur of soft grays and blues. Left alone in this strange land of snow and cold, Bear began to feel sad when Owl arrived on silent wings. "Okay, Owl." "I am here," exclaimed Owl. "I have brought a black gem with silver flecks to represent the glorious night filled with stars." Owl noticed it. Bear was somewhat sad. "Have you been crying?" asked Owl. Bear answered yes while rubbing his eyes. "I miss the warmth and sun and light. I don't like how everything is cold and dark now. I feel afraid. I can't even go back to my den. I can't find it to go back to sleep. As a creature of the night, I love the dark. And tonight is a special night. It is the winter solstice, the longest night of the year," said Owl. Seeing that this did not cheer Bear, they continued, "Yes, the world is very different now and must seem quite strange to you, a child of summer." Oops, I lost my space. A child of summer, where did that go? "But it is beautiful in its own way. The glistening snow, the quiet, and the stars. Oh, the stars, have you seen them?" asked Owl. Bear looked up for the first time and saw that the winter sky was ablaze with silvery points of light, a night sky Bear had never seen through the haze of summer. Then his eyes moved to the forest and its quiet beauty and tranquility. Finally, he saw the snow tree, the snow and stars faintly illuminating its branches in the darkness. "Oh, it's lovely," exclaimed Bear as he caught his breath. "I never knew the dark could be so beautiful." "Yes," replied Owl, "without the dark and the cold, the spring sun would not seem so bright, nor the summer days as sweet." Bear gazed upon the frozen landscape and again took in its beauty. He no longer felt afraid. Suddenly, he spied the entrance to his den in the dim starlight. A wave of sleepiness overcame him. "I must sleep now. Good night, Owl, and thank you." "Farewell," said Owl, and flew away into the night. Bye-bye, owl. And Bear's going to his den too, so you can go, Bear, into your den. With one last glance at the snow tree, Bear made his way to his den and curled up for the long winter sleep. And as he dozed, his thoughts drifted to all the colorful reminders his friends brought to cheer him earlier that day, and his heart was full. Although he longed for the warmth and sunny days of spring, the beautiful snow tree, cloaked in silence and silvery starlight, lingered in his dreams all winter long. Friends, let us gaze at our snow tree and take the next few moments to remember the truths that the solstice brings to us. That the darkness is a part of life and holds its own beauty, and that light and color always return. The steadfastness of the turning of the seasons holds us as we ourselves change and grow. If you were a part of our pageant today, can you stand so we can give you a round of applause? Yay! Thank you for being so willing and for embracing the fun. Our little story of the snow tree was a simple one. It reminds us that in times of distress and disorientation, we can slow down, take solace in the rhythms of nature, and look to our friends to help. Bear woke up to an unfamiliar world, and that frightened him a little bit. His friends came together with reminders of the colorful world he knew to reassure him. Hope for the return of the familiar, of color, of the sun was restored. The celebration of winter solstice by our ancient ancestors was also an expression of this hope. The burning of a Yule log and bringing the evergreen indoors are rituals that reflect hope for a world reborn, with the promise of new life, new opportunities, new beginnings, all made possible with the return of the sun. And it is no accident that within Christianity, the birth of a beacon of hope personified was placed at this time of year as well. Owl's visit with the sparkly gem, reminiscent of a starry night sky, was added to the story, here's the original book, by my colleague Jenny Papp when she adapted this book into a solstice pageant for her congregation. Owl reassures Bear that there is also beauty in darkness, and with courage we can embrace that which may be foreign or unknown to us. Our Soul Matters theme in December is mystery, and I hope all our connection groups have fruitful discussion with this theme that in many ways challenges us to acknowledge that there are limits to our human understanding and requires a certain amount of humility. Novelist and nonfiction author Pico Iyer says, "Knowledge is a priceless gift, but the illusion of knowledge can be more dangerous than ignorance. Thinking that you know your lover or your enemy can be more treacherous than acknowledging you'll never know them." Every morning as the sun is flooding into our little apartment, I take great pains not to consult the weather forecast. Because if I do, my mind will be overclouded, distracted, even when the day is bright. In the end, perhaps being human is much more important than being fully in the know. As Unitarian Universalists, we proclaim that direct experiences of transcending mystery and wonder are a primary source of inspiration. These experiences open our hearts, renew our spirits, and transform our lives. We draw upon and are inspired by sacred and secular and scientific understandings that help us make meaning and live into our values. We respect the histories, contexts, and cultures in which these understandings were created and are currently practiced. These sources ground us and sustain us in ordinary, difficult, and joyous times. Grateful for the experiences that move us, aware of the religious ancestries we inherit, and enlivened by the diversity which enriches our faith, we are called to ever deepen and expand our wisdom. The words I just read to you are part of our new statement of purposes and values, as amended by Reverend Dr. Matthew Johnson. with preliminary acceptance at our last General Assembly. We will vote on this statement one more time next June. May this time of winter solstice, with its dual invitation to both embrace the dark and hope for light, offer us rest and respite from a troubled world, while renewing and inspiring us to make real the promise of a better world to come. May it be so. So let us pause here and take a moment for reflection on this, on how we as UUs embrace mystery. Certainly one way is by listening to each other, as we do in our sharing of joys and gratitudes, concerns and sorrows. Let us settle into our seats and give each other the gift of attention. Now is a time for sharing how you are feeling, what is on your heart. What joys or gratitude you want to lift up, what pain or concern you want to ease through sharing. Let us create a circle of caring together. And I will lead with the joyous news that the Clary family has a new addition. Lucy now has a little sister named Elizabeth. Jen and Joey wanted me to share that information with you this morning. And I think our care team has some opportunities for you to assist them. I think the microphone is up here. Please raise your hand if you have a joy or a sorrow to share.
I'd like to share both sorrow and somewhat joy. Yesterday I was talking to Diane Dancer, and she informed me that Roy Benson passed away Friday in a nursing home in Florida, where he has been suffering from dementia for many years, quite a few years now. And it was somewhat a blessing because he died peacefully, and his mind was unfortunately pretty gone, as she said. So be thinking about his family, Diane, who was his partner. And also, I'd like to say a little bit about Roy. He was very active in our congregation. He was a member of the men's breakfast group. He was on the care team. And he was always taking people places, even in the middle of the night, if they needed to go to the emergency or whatever. And he was dedicated to immigration issues, which he spent a lot of time on. And I personally benefited from him taking me to the doctor at least twice. So he was quite a nice person. And so be thinking of that, and I just wanted to let you guys know. So Diane will be back next week. She could not make it today.
Good morning. My name is Pamela Roberts, and my joy today is my good friend Lori Felstead is visiting me for Christmas. She drove up here from Chapala, Mexico, which is just south of Guadalajara. So as you can tell, she's a very brave and courageous person. So anyway, if you have a chance to say hi to my friend Lori, I'm so glad she's here. She's my soul sister.
Good morning, I'm Beth Gehrman, and I just want to let everybody know Bob's sister and her partner made it up last week to visit us, and they're from Minnesota, and their first trip here, right? And boy, we had a blast.
I'm Molly Hornbuckle, and I'm thrilled to say there is another Molly in the room today. Molly's here visiting She's visiting with her parents, Sandy and Jim, who are visiting from Killeen, thank you. I keep thinking Harker Heights, and have been visiting with us for a while. So Molly, I'm glad you're here. The more the merrier.
My name is Keith Hutchinson. My wife Dana is also a member here. Dana's dad, Jerry Hendricks, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's several years ago. He had been in memory care for the last 3 years, and Jerry passed away on Thursday. Jerry would have been 85 in December. He had a good long life, though I wouldn't wish Alzheimer's on anyone. Jerry was a 30-year member of the Air Force, where he took his family, including Dana, to Germany and San Antonio and Virginia, and lived all over the world, and was a big part of Dana's life growing up. Jerry was a wonderful pie maker and furniture maker, and always giving to his family and his grandchildren, and he'll be greatly missed. We'll have a service later in January, so please keep Dana and our family and Jerry's wife Kay in your thoughts.
Pam Hibbard. I just wanted to say another word about Roy Benson. Diane led a connections group that we were members of. Started meeting before the COVID shut down, and we used to get together at Estrella. I couldn't think of the name of it. And then when everything shut down, we started meeting on Zoom, and Roy, of course, was a member of that group, and we became really close as a small group on Zoom. And even after things opened up, we chose to continue to meet that way. I think it became very comfortable, for us. And Roy just always had stories about his past career in the broadcast industry, and we enjoyed him very much.
Any other joys or sorrows right now? I'll put this down. Thank you for your sharing. We grieve together. We celebrate together. I want to mention that today is the 75th anniversary. Today is the 75th anniversary of the UN Declaration of Human Rights. Please join me in an attitude of quiet reflection or meditation, of prayer, as we hope and work for this recognition of inherent worth and dignity to be made real for all people, especially those in war-torn areas who continue to face threats of unspeakable violence. And now let's take a deep, cleansing breath and exhale. For the joys shared, yes, we celebrate. And for the passing of loved ones and all those who are in pain, we feel empathy and compassion. For everything that remains unspoken, may you feel the love that holds us all. As a meditation on these joys and sorrows that we just heard, we will sing again. Let us sing number 226 in our hymnal, People Look East. Jackie and Joe will play the melody for us, and once again the lyrics will be projected. Please rise in body or spirit as you are able. We take an offering each week to sustain this space that we call home and to support the work of our fellowship. If this is your first time here, please feel free to let the plate pass you by. Your presence this morning is a wonderful gift in itself. Thank you for coming. If you would like to receive that newsletter, though, now is the time to drop that visitor card in the plate. In honor of this, the fourth night of Hanukkah, our offertory music is an instrumental version of a song of a hymn in our book, number 221, Light One Candle. The offering will now be gratefully received, and we thank you. Thank you so much, Joe and Jackie, for your wonderful music this morning. As we close our sacred time together, when we extinguish our chalice, I share with you the words with a poem from John Daniel called A Prayer Among Friends. Among other wonders of our lives, we are alive with one another. We live here in the light of this unlikely world that isn't ours for long. May we spend generously the time we are given. May we enact our responsibilities as thoroughly as we enjoy our pleasures. May we see with clarity. May we seek a vision that serves all beings. May we honor the mystery surpassing our sight. And may we hold in our hands the gift of good work and bear it forth whole, as we were born forth by a power we praise to this one earth, this homeland of all we love. Amen, and blessed be. So once again, we have a party today. There's lots of different crafts that you can try. We have cookie decorating, and we can play dreidel, and we have cards to make, many different things. Don't forget to check your handout for more announcements. Next Sunday, Eric Hepburn will be back in the pulpit. The Sunday after that, it will be Christmas Eve, and our service will not be at 10:30. It will be at 5, and it will be Rev. Randall's last service with us. So please check this again. And if you want to see the book, I've got that. Thank you all.